You want to clear out your closet, but also make a little bit of coin on the side, but you just don't know how to get about it. I'm here to give you guys the spiel on how to start a successful Depop shop in 2021. I hope by the end of this video, you're gonna start your Depop shop. Yes, you, because this is your sign. Hey guys, it's Jan Chrisann. First name Jan, middle name Chrisann, and welcome back, or to if you are new. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to join the JC crew. And today, as you guys can tell by the title of this video, that's why you clicked on it, I'm here to give you guys the spiel on how to start a successful Depop shop in 2021. If you were looking for your sign, this is your sign to start a Depop shop. Yep, just do it, you know. I'm really excited to get into this video because I just love sharing with you guys knowledge on certain things that I do. I just love putting you guys on, you know, because that's what we do around here. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Jan, but I also go by Jan Chrisann, and I post lifestyle, beauty, and a little bit of fashion content, so subscribe if you're interested in that kind of thing, you know what I mean? Before we hop into this video though, make sure you guys follow me on all my social medias, and also check out my Depop shop. It's gonna be on the screen and in the description box down below. And without further ado, let's just hop right into I just have my little journal here, and I wrote everything that I know, like everything that I want to let you guys know. I'm not gonna gatekeep anything from you guys because I'm here to help you guys. So this is how to start a successful Depop shop in 2021. First and foremost, obviously you have to gather your clothing, your shoes, or whatever you plan on selling on your Depop shop. Just anything that does not hold any value to you anymore. It doesn't have to be clothes. It could be like just little vintage pieces or anything like that. Depop have this option where you could sell things other than clothes. If you don't have like any old clothes or anything like that, you could also ask family members, or you could just get clothes and pieces from family members or friends, things that they don't wear anymore, and you could also use that to start up your Depop shop. Step number 2 is to obviously set up your shop, which includes you actually getting the app. And inside the app, there's this part where you have to set up your bio, your profile picture. You have to connect your bank account to PayPal. Yeah, just setting up the app in general. Okay, so for your bio, I do suggest that you put the pieces that you plan on selling, like is it vintage, Y2K, streetwear. Give the buyers an idea of what clothes you plan on selling, so if they do click on your profile, they do have an idea of what pieces to expect from you. And a profile picture, it doesn't have to be a picture of yourself. It could just put something that's like presentable, that expresses your shop or anything like that. And for the PayPal, you do need a bank account. So for me, I didn't have a bank account before I started my shop. I had to actually make one, so make sure you have a bank account so you can connect it to your PayPal. Step number 3 is actually taking the pictures. Okay, I do recommend you have a nice background, good lighting, and one thing that I do, which is optional, is I edit my pictures. What I mean by nice background, you could just have a simple plain wall. I just stick to a plain wall. I was gonna buy a backdrop from Amazon, but I'm like, I don't think it's that necessary. But if you're just starting out, I do recommend a plain white wall. You just really can't go wrong with that, because if it's white and just plain, there's nothing to really distract the buyers from the item itself. Or once again, you could purchase a backdrop off of Amazon, or just get one off of like a fabric store or anything like that. You could use anything as a backdrop. You could use wrapping paper. You could use a tablecloth. You could just get creative with your backgrounds. You could also get inspiration from other Depop shops. So there's some people that they have like bright backgrounds to like make the piece really pop. Some people, they take their pictures outside. It's really different ways to get about it, but if you want to do it more on the creative side, you could like go outside and take your pictures, or just purchase a background with it. But I just choose to keep it simple. Another tip that I do have is to style your piece. Styling your pieces is definitely gonna help 100%, because it is gonna give the buyer an idea of how to style it, or it's just gonna make the item look good, you know what I mean? Like that just gives the item a good representation. But if you just want to be lazy with it, or just, I do also recommend that you actually wear the clothes. Some people, they don't. It depends on the item that you have. If it's like, you could also do flat lays as well, but you know, when you purchase an item online, like especially clothes, you do want to see it on somebody else. If you do end up taking the pictures on yourself, make sure you include your measurement in the description, because it is going to help a lot. For me, when I first started, I didn't really include measurements, and people will DM me for the measurements of the pieces. So to save the time, make sure you guys include the measurements. Back to flat lays. I mean, you could take flat lays. It's not like anything wrong with that. I've seen a few Depop shops that do take flat lay pictures and their sales are there. If you do take flat lays though, do it on like a nice background. Like, it could be plain, it could just be, some people they take it like outside, like on like courts and stuff like that. I think that's a really cool look. If you're selling especially graphic tees, I feel like flat lays are like really nice. You could put them on like a silk material, or you could just get really creative with Depop. That's the whole point of it. I feel like majority of the pictures that pop up on the explore page are like creative pictures, because they do try to they try to make it more than just clothes, you know. They try to make it look cool, artistic, stuff like that. Another tip that I do suggest is to show the flaws or just state them in the description as well. So for me, if I have an item that has like a stain or a hole or something, when you're taking the pictures of the item, make sure you guys show that in the picture. Or if you forget to show it in the picture, make sure you guys state that in the description down below, because one thing that you do want to be is transparent with your buyers. You don't want to make your item seem really good and they get it and it's poor quality. You're gonna get a bad review for that. I know you guys are thinking, but what if you state that they may not buy it? That's not true at all, because people do know the clothes is secondhand. So I feel like that's not really gonna be a problem, especially if it's like a tiny spot. Someone would probably still buy it. Be honest with your descriptions and your pictures. Moving on to lighting. So you guys have two options. You can use natural lighting or studio lighting. For me, I have a ring light, so it is really easy for me to take my pictures any time of the day. But obviously, if you don't have a ring light, I know like it could suck, or like not a ring light but like box lights or just any type of studio light. It could be a little bit harder, especially like finding a good background for your pictures and stuff like that. So if you don't have that, you could use a window as your lighting, or you could take your pictures outside. A ring light or just any type of studio light is a very good investment. With natural lighting, you depend on the sun. And I did say that I edit my pictures. I don't edit them a lot. What I do is I go into Facetune. Sometimes I smooth out like my skin if it is showing. Then I brighten the background, so there is like the teeth whitening option. So I use that to make the background look a little bit more white. And then what I do is I raise the vibrance to 75% to make the item, you know, look a little bit, you know, popping. But it don't really change that much about the picture. It just makes it look like brighter. That's what it really does. It's not like so much editing that it make the item look like a totally different color type thing. No, I just try to keep it as natural as possible. That is optional. If you want to do that, then you could. If you want to be lazy and not do that, then you could do that as well. Step number 4 is obviously to upload your items to Depop. So after you picked out your selection of clothes, you take the pictures and you edit them on all that jazz. Next is to actually upload them onto Depop. So when it comes to taking your pictures, Depop only give you 4 options. Oh, I forgot to state that before. When you're taking your pictures, if you are using your iPhone, you do have to put your camera setting on 1:1, which is square. So take your pictures in square, because Depop do crop them off to make them square. It's kind of like Instagram. If you have a ring light, it actually comes with this, but you could get a camera shutter, so you don't need anybody to take your pictures, or you don't have to put on the self timer. I had one, but I actually lost it. But the shutter thing, it really helps a lot, because you could just pose and just click, you know what I mean? They do sell them on Amazon separately, so you could also get that. Okay, now back to uploading your photos. So you do need a descriptive / specific description, and you could use tag. You want to be very specific, because I feel like the more specific you are, the more likely someone is to find your item. So I say the color, then the actual name of the item. So I'll put like brown crop top from the brand. So that's what I do. That's the format that I use. So state the color, the item, the brand, how the style is / the aesthetic, the season and what size and the condition, you know, minor flaws, stuff like that. Even though like Depop do give you the option to put the sizing into the actual system, you could include that in the description as well. I keep it in my description. For tags as well, you should use like descriptive tags. So if it's a crop top, you can use hashtag crop top. For style, you could use hashtag Y2K. You could use hashtag vintage. Just use hashtags that's relevant to the item. Don't be one of those that's using hashtag Brandy Melville and the item is not from Brandy Melville. If it's from Yes Style, I'm gonna put hashtag Yes Style. If it's vintage, I'm gonna put that in my hashtag. Try to be as specific as much as you can in the description and the tags. Now for pricing. For the prices on my items, I base it on the brand, the authenticity, and the condition. So if it's just regular schmegular top, I'll probably put it for like $5 or just under $10. My pants, I put them for 20+ bucks depending on the brand. Like, I had a pair of Zara jeans. I did sell them for like $35 because Zara is more on the expensive side. I had some Old Navy jeans. I'm pretty sure I put them for $18 because it's Old Navy. Once again, it just depends on like the brand. And tops, I try to keep them under $15 unless it's like some crazy vintage piece. And jackets, 30+. And dresses, 30+. That's just for me. Don't go too crazy with the prices though. Don't go too high but not too low. Make sure the item is actually worth the money, you know. And the last thing is to refresh your items. Once you upload all your pictures on Depop and you don't upload anything new, what you should do daily is refresh the item. So Depop has this option when you go to edit the picture and then you put post listing, so it's just going to refresh like you just posted the item. And when you do that, it is going to appear for the tags that you post them for. Like on the top, it's going to like push your item to the top every time you refresh it. Once you do this daily, and like if you're not uploading any new items and you just do this daily, then you should be fine. People will still like your pictures and stuff like that. How to build like your following on Depop. It's really easy to build your following. I started gaining followers and I didn't even post anything yet. You could go like pictures and people will follow you from there. Someone said that one thing that you could do is like, if you like an item, and go to the people that like the item and follow them. I never did that, but just go and like other people's pictures, follow people, and most of the time they're gonna follow you back. It's really easy to get follows on Depop. It's people with verified shops that actually followed me back. So yeah, people don't act like Hollywood type on there. And even though you don't have like a high following, you could still get sales. When I first started off, I was like, I don't know who's gonna buy, but I don't have a lot of sales, but will actually buy from my shop. So 9 times out of 10, people are actually going to buy. So don't think, oh, like, are people even gonna buy this? Trust me, somebody is going to buy it. Step number 5 is shipping and packaging. No, packaging and shipping. For your packaging, something that is optional is poly mailers. So I do have poly mailers. I'm gonna show you guys. So for my packaging, I do have this container for everything that I need whenever I get an order. So I did purchase this container from a 99-cent store. So if you just have one of these, Dollar Tree or whatever, I'm pretty sure they have small containers. In this container, I have wrapping paper, which is what I use to wrap around the item before I put it into the poly mailer. I just have some tape to tape on my shipping label whenever I have to stick it on. I just have some lollipops. They're about to be done, but I do put in candy in my customers' packages, you know, just for a nice little something, you know. And then I just have these stickers that Aerie sent me from one of their like promotion thingies. I use this for the winter time, whenever I got sales during Christmas. It's a few that I could still use, but I just thought this was really cute whenever I wrap the item in the wrapping paper. Next, I just have some post-it notes because I do write notes to my customers and I put their actual name so that, you know, they feel kind of special about the item. And then I just have a few poly mailers. I do have an entire bag, but I just keep a little bit in here. These are the really large ones because I bought big ones by accident on Amazon, but you could get poly mailers on there for under 20 bucks, but make sure you get the right size because I just got the big one by accident. Yeah, those are the items that I use whenever I package my items. Obviously you don't have to get all of this, but I just get this to make my packages look really cute for my customers because I feel like when the package is cute, you just get so excited. I'm like, oh. And whenever you get your item, obviously Depop sends you the shipping label. So it's not mandatory for you to have a printer, but it is mandatory for you to know where to print your shipping label because you have to print it. So if you don't have your own printer, like go to the library or just go to a place around your neighborhood that prints. Me, I don't have a printer. Well, I actually do, but it just doesn't work. Well, actually, no, we can't find a cord for it. But I do know this place that 5 minutes away from I could print out my shipping label. So it's a win-win because you have your shipping label and you're also supporting local businesses, you know? So yeah, just make sure you have access to some kind of printer, or you could purchase a printer on Amazon if you want to do that. But if you want a cheap shot like me, you know what I mean. But everybody's UPS is different. For mine, it's like this thing that you have to pull up and then you just slide the package in. Like it's like a desk and you just pull it up, put the bags in there. And back to packaging and shipping label. So in Depop, you have 2 options. You could do your own shipping or you could ship with Depop. I feel like for a beginner, when you first start your Depop shop, it's easier to ship with Depop. But if you've been doing Depop for a minute, you could get your own shipping, which is through PayPal as well. So when you do your own shipping, you could make up your own shipping prices. For Depop, there's different prices based on the item's weight. For me, I don't have a scale to weigh the item and actually see how many pounds it is or whatever. So what I do is I just estimate, you know? So if it's like a top, I'm gonna put it for under 8 ounces because it's really light. I try to make shipping as cheap as possible for my customers so they don't have to pay a whole bunch of money. If it's like pants, I'm gonna put it for small. If it's a jacket, then I'm gonna put it for the third option, which is, I don't know, medium. Just guess how light the item is, because in reality, if your package is more than what the shipping label says, what's really gonna happen? I don't think anything is gonna happen. They're not gonna be like, oh no, because you drop it in and then you just leave right away at the post office. And Depop, they raised their prices for shipping now, so try to keep your shipping as cheap as possible for your customers if you're shipping with Depop. But if you have your own shipping, then you know, you can make up your own prices, but I feel like it's easier to ship through Depop. Next is the Depop and PayPal fees. For Depop, they do take 10% of your sales. For PayPal, they take 2.9% plus 30 cents. For PayPal, they take like $1. So there's this thing called, I forgot the name, but there is this thing where every time you get an item, Depop automatically takes off. Oh yeah, it's called Depop Limited. So they automatically take the money off of your account, your bank account, when you get a sale. So they'll take like probably like $10, $5 depending on how much your item was. I believe Depop takes less than Poshmark. Okay, so now to the tips. Number 1 is do not DM anybody outside the app. Like if somebody says DM me at my number, do not do that, because Depop do have this thing where the buyer and the seller has protection. So if anybody was to get scammed, you can get your money back. So if you do DM them from outside the app, then if you get scammed, that's all you. I do suggest that you just stay inside the app. Tip number 2 is to be consistent. If you're not posting any new items, make sure you constantly refresh your items daily so that it could look like you just posted the item. Tip number 3, communicate fast with your buyers or your potential buyers, because the faster you reply, the more information that they have about the item. I always reply back to my customers really fast because I'm always on my phone. So the faster that you reply, the better it's gonna be for them, and when they give you a review, they are gonna include that in there. So for me, like I have a 5-star review and majority of them say fast shipping and fast communication. Number 3 really is to ship out your items as soon as possible. So for me, I got a sale yesterday, but I was kind of busy yesterday as well, so I did not end up going to the post office. So I couldn't do that, but usually I do ship out my items literally the same day. I print out my shipping labels, ship them out to the post office the same day. The person is gonna get their item faster, and I feel like that's really a plus, because every time I order things online, I want to get them as soon as possible. I don't want to wait so long. So try your best to ship the items out. Tip number 5 is to be honest and transparent with your buyers. Make sure you state the flaws in your item to keep a good review, because if you don't state that in the item and someone buys it, they see it and they don't like what they see, they're gonna give you a bad review. So make sure you be as honest as you can. And back to communication, when you drop off your item at the post office, make sure you message the buyer telling them that, and also send them their tracking number. Tip number 6 is to just be kind with your buyers. You know, just be nice and just sweet with them. They actually like that. It's just gonna help a lot with the communication. That's all the tips that I have for you guys, really. I hope this video really helped you guys. This is like the most information that I could possibly juice up for myself that I remember. I hope you're gonna start your Depop shop. Yes, you, because this is your sign once again. If you guys do want to check out my Depop shop, I'm gonna put it right here. Oh yeah, I forgot to include this. The actual name of my shop is like something really cute. My shop is called Your Big Sister's Closet, because you know how some people, they take items from their big sister's closet, so it was supposed to be like that kind of concept. I thought that was really cute and unique. Make sure you go shop at Your Big Sister's Closet. If you are new, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also hit the thumbs up button as well, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.